Hello, everybody. I'm Donya Graham, and I just came to talk about living in your truth and purpose. This year has been a trying time for all of us, and God is just trying to let us know that if we're walking in our purpose, is when He is calling us just to do our part. So that is what my topic is, being blessed and being able to work with Miss Angel. I'm truly grateful for this opportunity. So I don't want to hold you any longer. We're going to get right down to what our purpose is and how we can recognize it. I understand that sometimes we go through these traumas where we are exposed and we are put through so many trying times and lessons. So we're given this opportunity to either learn or it's going to break us. And of course, we don't want it to hold us hostage or just take us through the ringer. We don't want that to happen. And it's a trying time. So in my experience, walking in my purpose, I had to go through so much being a single parent. And I end up having another baby. It just kind of took me through so much mentally. And so you're not prepared for this child. And you realize one day, I'm going to be raising a child by myself. And that's so scary, right? And, you're blindsided by what you think, and God will humble you real quick, right? He'll humble you so quickly when you think that you know everything, right? Being a single mother and being young, it'll mess you up, right? So we think we know stuff. We try to control the narrative, and God is like, okay, no, ma'am, I got bigger plans for you. So it's like, okay, well, you learn to do what you have to do in spite of the situation. And so when walking in my purpose, I had to humble myself quickly. And you don't want to do it wrong, but God is only saying if you're willing and if you're able. I didn't ask for perfection. I asked for you to just open your hands and let the situation go. So in this season, God is really saying, okay, Donya, you're going to have this baby regardless, but I'm going to mold and shape you into the woman that I called you to be all these years while you were running. And you were going to be able to help somebody else in your generation, whether you want to or not, right? Whether you want to or not, He is still going to make you do what you don't want to. Because what I've noticed is that when God gives you an assignment, right, you try to run from it real quick. He's only going to send somebody else. He's going to have His will done regardless of what you think you may know or what you think your lane may be. Like we try to create our own lanes and my own life. I want to have a picket fence and I want to do all this, but God is not calling us for the picket fence. He's calling it to be rough, be ragged, only because that perfection is not what it looks like. It doesn't look perfect. It looks rough. it's bumps in the road. You got bruises, you got skins on your elbow, you got scratches across your face and your neck. Perfection and what he's calling our purpose to be is not without blemish. What he is calling us to do is walking our purpose, whether it looks ugly, whether it's feeding the poor, whether it's ministering to our young people. He is calling us to live in our truth, to understand our purpose, and to do it, whether it's rough, whether it's giving up things that we love. My purpose was to reach people, even though you grew up rough or you seen things that you weren't supposed to as a young child. He's really just giving us the opportunity to work in the community like we're supposed to. And living in my truth and in my purpose, I had to understand as a single mother, pretty much starting all over again because I have a 12-year-old. So now she's about to be 2. And while I had just one child, I didn't understand what I was doing or what I was meant to be put on the earth for. I was lost. And so when Kinsley came, my youngest daughter, when she came, it was like you let the situation overtake you. You go through so much mentally and spiritually, and then you realize, what am I really meant here to do? What did God really put me on this earth to do? And if you don't let the situation or what the situations you've gone through consume you, you can do what God has asked you to do. Whether I understand that mental health is extremely important, and I had to go through that as well. Therapy and healing is so important when walking in your purpose, because you can't have all of this consume you and be able to fluently help someone. So understanding your purpose and walking in your season is very important, because we were all sent here to do exceedingly anything that we can do to help in the community with our young people, with our older people. We walk in our purpose for a reason. So you have to understand that most people, they don't get to this era by accident. It may take trauma. And unfortunately, I was one of those people, being in a 4-year relationship, being in a toxic relationship. It didn't help me at all. It didn't benefit me as a human being or as a Black woman. You are blindsided by what you think is love. But in actuality, you're holding on to something that is so toxic that you feel like you can't start over. I am a living witness that when you start over, it's so liberating. And I mean by liberating, like you're letting go of something that you tried to hold on to so hard that you miss your blessings. So not only by, you getting a house, a car, and all that kind of stuff, mentally, you miss your blessings mentally, or it could be a financial blessing, or whatever the case may be. You hold on to something and you set yourself back. I've been one of those people where I had to start over numerous times from the same lesson. And I mean, the same exact lesson. I went to the same exact lesson for about 3 years. And it was over and over and over again. And I had to start from losing jobs, losing cars and places. And God is just like, okay, I need you to kind of pick this up because you're not getting it. And you're going to go through it over and over again. And you'll get to a good space. And then God will do it all over again. We have to understand that in this time, it's so important that we let our past go, because it will hinder us. It will hinder us to the point where it'll be a strain on our mental, and you'll absolutely think that something is wrong with you. But if you check yourself and be humble, it's like the most liberating feeling that you could encounter. I am here to tell you that walking in your purpose, being a light, whether you want to or not, it's in all of us. But we have to understand that this is not our fight. Whether we are called and we are not or not, the assignment is going to be fulfilled. So we have to understand that God is going to call us with blemishes, with strains on us, with everything that you could think of. But it's not going to be perfect. It's not going to be perfect, whether you think it's supposed to, whether, we've done things in our past that we are proud of. God is not looking for that. He's not looking for that. And I am here to tell you that God does not care about your past. We are to walk in our purpose. This is our season. And for some of us, we realize that, but running from it, love, I've learned that you can run, but so far. You can run, but so far. But to understand and to know and to surround yourself with women that will empower and help you, not only mentally, but be there for you, regardless of what you've been through. There are women that want to see you do well. Be who you truly are and let God handle the rest, because it's not up to you. It's not up to me. Trust me, I tried to run. It's not something that you want to keep doing over and over again. So my message to you is to understand, to walk in your purpose, to understand that your season, whether it's this season, whether it's next year or the following year, we all have a season that we have to walk in. If this is not something that you are looking to do, every message that I have is not for everybody. And I have to understand that. But I also, that's the perfect thing about walking in your purpose. You can say what you're called to say, but not everybody's going to be receptive. And I have to understand that. So I am extremely grateful for this opportunity and to share my truth, to understand my purpose so that I'm able to help another young lady or a man or a child or whatever the case may be. I am absolutely grateful for this opportunity. And I thank God for letting me truly walk in my purpose. Thank you for the opportunity from Angel. Thank you so much. You guys, look forward to hear from you again.